What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. Here we have MSTR, and we did reach the 360 level, or technically the 358 level, and found resistance and sold off slightly. Still above the bullish trend line, so this could just be a very short-term take profit level, or just a short-term top for price to eventually push through the 360 level and then continue moving up higher. So it did recover that long-term bullish trend line, which is a very bullish sign, and then we're still above the short-term bullish trend line as well. So I think we're just finding some short-term resistance at this 358, 360 level, and we should be able to push through that. What you don't want to see is price continue to sell off aggressively down. If it holds at 320s, that's still good, and we can still see another move up higher. You don't want to see continued momentum develop towards the downside. That would be not a good sign. Maybe we do come back to retest the breakout of the downward sloping trend line, back test it for support, this downward sloping trend line right here, and then rocket off of that level as well. So overall, I'd say it's still looking more bullish than it was before, even though we're seeing this short-term resistance take place on the chart. And yeah, once we break that 360 level, I think there's a clean shot up, probably back up to the 420s, and then possibly even higher from there. So overall, it just needs to clear the 360 level with conviction, and then it's off to the races. Bitcoin made a new all-time high today, so that's one of the reasons kind of why I rotated into Bitcoin instead of just holding MSTR as of right now in this stage of the cycle. Bitcoin made a new all-time high today, and it's up about slightly more than 1.5 percentage points. Most likely, this will continue moving up higher. I don't think this is just going to be a top. I don't think we're going to see a triple top and then price crashes back down. I think this is the real deal. This looks like a good amount of momentum to push through that level. Just minor resistance, obviously. We're not going to just continue just ignoring price levels. So, finding a little bit of resistance is not a big deal at all. So expecting price to push through that maybe towards later into the week, and then finally, push into the mid to high 120s and then the 130s. Looking at the ratio, you can see that we're still being supported by the bullish trend line. Buyers are defending this angle of attack, and this means that Bitcoin continues to outperform MSTR. You can see that this is Bitcoin's price divided by MSTR's price, and you can see that it's costing more MSTR's shares, 352 shares, to get one Bitcoin. So you see that's costing more shares to purchase one BTC. And we're right at resistance. So once we break out 369, it's kind of the universe's numbers, actually. Nikola Tesla said 369 are very important numbers. It's the numbers of the universe. So it's kind of funny how right at 369, we have a double top right here, and right here. And we're still trending up. So price is approaching and not backing off of this level right here. So it looks like it wants to break it, right? We didn't see a break of this upper sloping trend line yet. So it looks like it's trying to re-enter and retest that level and potentially to break the 369 level and maybe make a large measure move up, probably towards the end of the year. One leg up right here, second leg up, continued outperformance towards the 432 level. So again, we may see that against MSTR, a continued outperformance by Bitcoin against MSTR. As you can see today, why is it really down? It hit the 360 level, which is minor resistance, but Bitcoin hit its prior all-time high, and we're still kind of stabilizing right near the highs, versus this one kind of got rejected pretty sharply, and you see the ratio is increasing. You want it to decrease, right? Previously, you were able to buy one Bitcoin with 176 MSTR shares, and now it takes pretty much double, right? 353. So see what happens. So this is a very important chart. It's telling me that people are still, keeping their eye on Bitcoin as outperformance towards the end of the year. So see what happens for Bitcoin. You see that price is still trending up. The ratio is increasing. And then MSTR is still just not performing that well. So as of right now, it needs to break that 360 level with conviction. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Let's look at the log scale, or we can go to the regular scaling. Weekly chart shows definitely a strong weekly candle. Maybe we'll see fall through next week. Another big green candle will definitely change the tide. It will favor the bulls. As right now, it's still bullish, slightly in the very near term, but it's not out of the woods yet, right? Every time price moves up, it has to um, test a new level, right? And it's testing the 360 level, which was prior resistance, and it's still acting as resistance. So we need to see a break of that. So if not, this trend line could be adjusted, maybe something like that. And maybe it's a double test of the trend line after breaking it, something like that. So we'll see. I think, definitely keep it on the lows. We'll see. This is still up in the air. I want to see a decisive break above 360. Until then, it's clearly acting as resistance, as you can see here. There's resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. Probably lead to a little sell-off. Not a big deal. You just want to see a huge sell-off, and then we could see another move up higher. So more likely than not, we'll see something like this play out. But you don't want to see something like this. Or if price doesn't want to correct that low, we can also just move up higher from there. So those are the two bullish cases that can play out. That's all I have for MSTR on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.